Are you a writer who wants to land gigs on Upwork? Video, I'll show you how to maximize your Upwork writer profile so clients will respond to your pitches and you can finally start landing gigs as a writer. Before diving into these Upwork tips, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on the bell for notifications so you never miss these weekly videos about making money as a writer. Thanks again for being here. Again, my name's Leonard. If you're new to the channel, just want to say thank you. Appreciate you being here. And again, I built my online writing business actually starting on Upwork. And since then, I've been featured in major publications and built a successful six-figure writing business from home. So before we jump into these Upwork profile tips, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, that one. What I'm talking about is so many freelancers and people on YouTube are wondering, is Upwork a scam? And I have a video all about that and I'll link to it here. But the short answer is no, Upwork is not a scam. Let me repeat that again, is not a scam. At the end of the day, they're a business. They connect freelancers like you and me with clients who need work. And so yes, you do have to pay them a fee to broker that transaction and again, deliver your work, and they take care of a lot as well. So while it's not always the best long-term play, it is a great place to build momentum and get that confidence that you need as a writer. Before going all in on freelancing in 2018, I dabbled a little bit in 2017 and I actually landed my first writing gig through Upwork. Now, it wasn't the most profitable writing gig I ever had by far, but I will say it did tremendous amounts for me and my confidence, because one of the things I see with so many beginning writers is they struggle to build momentum. They struggle to build confidence. They have so much imposter syndrome and they're just worried that they're not enough and they don't have enough experience. But when you get that first client, even if it's for $30 like this one was, or whether it's $100, literally getting that momentum and knowing that people hired you to write words online is incredible. It does so much for your confidence, and that's why I love using Upwork. What's great about Upwork is there's so many clients on there, and again, not saying you need to use this for the long term, but in the beginning, it can help you land that first or second or even third client to start to understand this process of freelancing so you can actually make money copywriting. Seriously, this one gig changed everything for me, and it started to plant that seed into my subconscious that, you know what, I can actually do this. I am actually a good writer. People are paying me to write words. And so it really just started to resonate, and over the next few months, I decided to actually quit blogging and go all in on freelance writing. That decision literally changed everything for me, and Upwork was literally the springboard to helping me build a successful six-figure business. But here's the thing, Upwork is a competitive place. There's a lot of freelancers out there, there's a lot of writers out there all across the world, and they are wanting the same jobs as you. But here's the thing, if you build out your Upwork writing profile, you can separate yourselves from everyone else out there. Here are 5 things that you need to do to maximize your profile so clients will reply to your pitches and you can start landing jobs. So let's look at this from a client's point of view. So when you reach out to these clients and you apply for gigs, they are gonna check out your profile. And you know what? You only get one first impression. And so that's why your profile is so important to your success. Because there's a lot of things you can't control out there. Maybe they like you, maybe they don't. Maybe they're looking for more experience. Maybe they're looking for someone that has a different writing niche experience. Whatever it is, there's a lot you can't control. But the one thing you can do is actually manage your brand online, especially with Upwork. And that's why we need to start by building out your profile. Start with the picture. You only get one on Upwork, unlike other social media platforms, so this one image needs to really reflect you and your brand. So one tip is to use the same image everywhere. Use it on LinkedIn, use it on Upwork, use it on Facebook, so that way, again, your name and that image start to resonate together. The second thing we need to work on is your headline. So you do get a short headline that describes who you are and what type of freelancer. And so this space is key. We do not want to just put in anything and kind of hope for the best and move on to the general bio. Instead, we want to use specific keywords that call out who you are and what you do. The reason is that Upwork is just like Google and YouTube. They work off of search engine optimization. So your profile needs to be built out specifically so that way when people are typing in freelance writer or copywriter, your profile comes up. One of the best ways to do that is to fill out your headline similar to this one. So as you can see with mine, I specifically call out that I'm a copywriter, a freelance writer, and I actually put that in the title because again, this will help me show up in search results. Please, please do not skip this step. So again, step one, make sure we have a great image and a great headline with keywords about yourself and what kind of writing you do. Let's move on to step number two. And step number two is, again, maximizing your profile by filling it out. Very similar to LinkedIn, we want to fill out this so again, it will help you rank in search results. So as you can tell here, there is a lot of space. You actually have a large about section because you are not able to link to external sites like social media or a writing website if you have one. That being said, that makes this section vitally important because again, this is a spot where clients can get to know, like, and trust you. And that is what they need to actually hire you. They need to see that you can provide the work and that you can actually get it done. So again, this is a time to not specifically just talk about you and all your accomplishments, but again, reference everything that you do and how it relates to clients. So as you can see in my bio here, I talk about my experience. I also talk about how I've helped certain businesses. I've talked about where I've been featured at in big publications, because again, it builds credibility. Not to mention, you're a writer. You're not a graphic designer or some other freelancer on Upwork. That being said, this is a time to showcase your writing skills. This is not a time to just add a few sentences and move on to the next section. Again, I would argue this is one of the most important sections. Formatting wise, you also want to make sure to use plenty of spaces, and since you can't bold or italicize things in here, you're going to want to use things like the star key, so that way if you're doing some bullet points talking about where you've been featured or what kind of services are offered, that way it again looks readable. Remember, this description plays a big part in how you rank in search results. So again, talk about your skills. This is not a time to keyword stuff. Again, we want to make this human readable, but we want to use keywords throughout your description to again help you show up in search results so clients will start to reach out to you in the future, and again, you will rank higher. All right, the third thing that we want to do is we want to upload our samples. So again, your samples are key as a freelancer. Whether you're doing cold pitching or you're using job boards or you're doing Upwork like this, you need to have samples to show off your work and actually prove to clients that you can do the job. I like to think of samples similar to a cover letter and a resume. So when you actually go into a 9-to-5 corporate job, of course you're gonna have your resume. Well, in the freelancing world, you don't actually have these in-person meetings, and you definitely don't have a resume like that. What you do have is your samples. So this is key to make sure that you are using your samples to show off who you are and what type of content you can provide. If you're just getting started, I do not want you to get overwhelmed and make this a more complicated process than it needs to be. I find that so many writers think they need to have 5 or 10 samples, and they need to be these super long articles, and they need to be just the absolute best pieces of content they've ever created. And I feel that gets a lot of people staying stuck, and they're not getting towards their goal and actually getting clients. So again, while I don't want you to just put up anything and just put up some subpar article, do not think that it has to be the absolute best thing ever. Instead, you want to create 3 to 5 pieces of content that will relate to your target market. So for example, if I was to get started right now and I wanted to land clients as a golf writer, I would create 3 to 5 samples that are specific to golf. I would look at different articles and top websites, and I would structure articles that relate to that. So I actually have a video all about how to create your writer profile and how to build those samples. So again, take a look at that. But again, do not overcomplicate this process. You can literally write these in a Google Doc and save it as a PDF and upload them directly. But again, clients will read your samples, so you want to make sure there's at least 3 to 5 on there. And speaking of samples, don't just upload them and go on to the next one. Instead, you're gonna wanna maximize it. So here's what I mean. In this video, I show when you're actually uploading a sample, there's a lot that you can do. First off, you wanna name the PDF specifically to what you're writing about. So in this case, if I'm talking about golf writing, I'm gonna put this as golf writer cover letter or golf writer writing sample. So that way, again, it will help show up in search results, because literally everything on your profile can impact how you show up in search. Also gonna wanna fill in all of these spaces that are here, because again, these are letting Upwork know more about you and who you are. So again, maximize this by filling everything out, including what it's about, the description, and more. Jumping into the next tip, hit the comment box and let me know if you have already tried landing gigs on Upwork and what your experience has been. So tip number 4 to fill out this Upwork profile so you stand out is to do something out of your comfort zone. What am I talking about here? Well, as I mentioned, you do have one image, but a lot of people don't know that you also have the ability to upload a short teaser video about who you are and what you can do for your clients. Now, this scares the hell out of so many people because, again, most writers are introverts, and quite frankly, filming videos is very vulnerable for a lot of people and they don't really like that. But I can tell you right now, this is one of the best things that you can do to separate yourselves from other writers. Because here's the thing, this is such a competitive place. There's literally hundreds of people applying for gigs, so you have to do everything in your power to stand out. One of the best ways to do that is by creating a short teaser video. Again, this does not have to be some high production, unbelievable, cinematic, Oscar-worthy piece of advice. This is not what I'm saying. People know that you're a writer. They're not looking for you to be the absolute best video they've ever seen. But again, they want to see that you're passionate about what you do. They want to see who you are and see what kind of communication they can expect if they hire you as a writer. A couple things to note. One, you do not need a professional camera. What you need is your cell phone. You can literally film the whole thing doing a selfie video. It should last about a minute and you can go on. But here's a quick script of what you want to say in the video. First off, introduce yourself, who you are, and what kind of writing you provide. From there, talk about your experience as a writer, maybe why you got started or how long you've been at it, and any sort of client testimonials or previous work that you've done. From there, show that you are excited about this and that you really want the job. This is, again, is a teaser kind of trailer. These are under a minute or so, and they are not super in depth. But again, this is a great way to separate yourselves from so many other writers that choose not to do this. Finally, create a thumbnail using something like Canva with a picture of yourself or maybe what type of writing you do, and upload it directly to YouTube. If you don't have a YouTube channel, just start one with a Gmail account and mark it as unlisted. Again, no one needs to see this except people on Upwork. But again, this is a great way to stand out and help you attract those clients so you can start making money as a writer. All right, now that the scary stuff's over with, let's jump into the final tip, tip number 5, which is just all about filling out the rest of your profile. As I've stressed throughout this entire video, it is so important to maximize every single field and space available. Here are some examples of what you can fill out, including testimonials, past work experience, your skills. You can even do different job tests here directly on Upwork. Personally, I don't think that's a make or break and actually might be a little bit of a time suck. But again, you want to fill out all the fields, and they are constantly updating them as the profiles evolve and the site evolves. So make sure you're doing an audit of your profile every few months by uploading new samples and making sure everything is filled out properly. All right, well, there you have it. The 5 things that you can do to maximize your Upwork writing profile so you can land gigs and make money writing. So if you are just getting started with writing and are just really excited about it like I was a few years back when you're just getting started as a newbie and you want to figure out what to do next, I have the perfect resource for you. So make sure to click the link in the bio so that way you can download my free Upwork cheat sheet. This will take you through maximizing your profile even more and what to say in pitches so you can land jobs and build that confidence and momentum as a writer. Before we wrap up, again, thank you so much for watching. If you could, please go ahead, like, comment, and hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss any of these new videos coming out every single week to help you make money writing. Hopefully you found these Upwork writer profile tips super helpful, and please, as you make progress, hit the comment box on this video and let me know how it goes. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I hope you have an epic day.